Hello everyone, my name's Andy and I'm the developer of Tribloos 3, which is this game. So everything you see here is my fault, except for the bits I didn't do. So Tribloos 3 is a casual time management title. It's a bit of a strategy game. The idea is to complete all the tasks that you see on the screen. So we've got some sawmills to build, we've got some buildings, some houses to build, we've got a tool shed down here, and we've got these tuning forks. And the tuning forks are the reason I'm doing this level. I've been asked both on the Big Fish Games forums and our own blog to provide a walkthrough, an explanation of how to align the tuning forks in this level. So the tuning forks appear in two different levels. They appear in level 9, where they're just there for fun. So hopefully people aren't messing with those on level 9 and thinking they'll do things. If they are, then that's my fault. But in this level they are actually used, and I'm using an inverted commas here, I know you can't see that, to amplify the sound of this big horn building in the middle of the screen. So we'll get straight to it, and hopefully I'll show you a bit of how the game works at the same time. So first thing I'm going to do is, if you note up here I've got 5 workers, and I'm going to use some of them to clear these wood piles. So everything you can do has a button over it at that particular time. So I'm going to send a couple here and a couple there. I'm also going to send one up here to go and collect the box of tools. Tools are useful because they allow us to clear things like rock piles and other more stubborn obstacles later in the game. I'm going to wait for these Tribloos to finish, or we're just going to bolster them there, and then I'm going to clear this wood pile. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to make a start on this house here, just to give it a bit of a push. And then when they've finished, I'm going to cancel all the other building, and I'm going to clear the remaining wood piles. So the reason I'm doing this is because I also need 10 wood to finish the sawmill, but if I build a building first, I'll end up with 10 workers, because every house you build adds another 5 workers that you can use, and we'll be able to build the sawmill that much faster, because you can assign 10 workers to build most buildings. So I'll just wait for these fellows to come back. Up they go, fantastic. And there we are, so you can see plus 5 new workers, 10 overall. Now we've got a cheeky bird dropped in now. Any second now he's going to scare my poor little Tribloos. They'll go running home, but we'll be able to reassign them. Oh, there they go. Be able to reassign them after that. Off they go. Excellent. So just wait for them to finish that building, and the sawmill is a useful building. It's probably the most common production building in the game, and you can use it to create wood. And every work you send in there is represented by a little progress bar here, and if you hover over you can see how far they're done with it. Another 5, and each worker brings back 2 pieces of wood. So what we're able to do now is build the house over here. And we can continue our cycle of wood building over on the left here. So wait for these to finish building the house. And now I've got 10 workers. Actually, I'm just going to hold 5 back because the bird's going to scare them all. And when he does, I'll just send 5 more down there. There we go. If a Tribloo is in a house, then he won't get scared by a bird. Birds appear in certainly the first 10 levels of the game, and then sporadically through the rest of it. So let's build that house, get some more wood. Hopefully they'll finish building that any second now. And then to build tools, you need to send wood. So when you send Tribloos down there, you'll notice they've got a little wood icon over their heads. That means that's what they're carrying at this particular moment. Now we'll keep getting wood while we're doing that, because we're still going to need to clear these rock piles. Because one of our main objectives here is to build this central building, the horn building. If we hover over the button, it tells us what we need to do that. We need 20 wood and 20 rocks. Can I just squeeze those in there? Yep. Now because they were in there, they didn't get scared. So now we've got some tools, we're going to start clearing some rocks. Going to do another 5 tools to finish the job. here we go. So just wait for these Tribloos carrying the tools to come back, and we'll clear the final rock pile. And while they're doing that, what I'm going to do is just show you what happens when I send a worker up to the tuning fork. So very slightly you'll notice that it moves. Well, that was quite easy to notice because it was a full-on side view that time. But if I send another Tribloo back to it, see it moves. Just send enough Tribloos to the horn building there to build that. Lots of resources. It's quite an expensive building to build. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send a Tribloo to the big horn. Right, now all of the tuning forks are out of alignment in this case. Now it's randomised, so every time you play the level it will be different. I didn't want there to be a de facto solution every time. I thought it'd be more fun if things were randomised. So we'll let all the Tribloos finish their alignments, and we'll send another worker to the horn. Now you can see that two of our tuning forks, the one on the left up here and the one on the right down here, they are now aligned. So those are fine, we don't need to mess with those anymore. So we'll send Tribloos to the remaining three, which are still misaligned. Up they go. As soon as they're done, send another worker to the horn. Right, so they're still misaligned. So send another three. The bird's probably going to annoy me now. Is he going to get there in time? Yes, just. Right, off we go again. Okay, so three of them are now aligned. It's only this one down here and this one up here which are out of alignment. We've still got 70 seconds left, so we're not in a rush. And send another Tribloo off. Yes, and that's it. I love the little notes, by the way. Here we go. Of course, what I could have done is kept collecting wood and tools and up my resource score and try and get the highest score that I can. But this is just to demonstrate how this particular level works. So yeah, so hopefully that's helped anyone who's got any questions about how this level works and how the tuning forks work. Obviously, if there are any other levels you'd like me to cover, please leave a comment on this video, or send us a tweet, or comment on our blog again, or contact us on Facebook, or any of the other many ways you can get in touch with us over the interwebs. You can get Tribloos 3 if you like the look of it from currently Big Fish Games, but we're going to be expanding our range of stores very, very shortly. We're just working on versions for Steam and our own direct selling, which we'll probably be doing through itch.io or itch.io, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. So all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video.